Good evening, Ms. Comrade Olushola is my name. I just watched a very short video of Prophet Odumeje of Anambra State, Onitsha precisely. Uh, Nigeria is turning into something else. And I believe most of these governors, they are taking after the step of their leader, which is Buhari. Because when the foundation is not well not taken care of, there is no way the structure will be okay. I think this time the military will be better to rule Nigeria, because I don't see the difference between the military regime and the democracy we have been crying for uncountable years. When they interpreted democracy to us, we all fought for it. We thought democracy is like heaven on earth. Ever since we cry, let me say God, or I don't really think it's God, that answered our prayer and gave us democracy, it has become demonstration of grace. If those days that military people used to beat us once in a while, mostly when we wear their uniform or maybe they say stop, we are still moving. We only know that we have one enemy. We only know that we are expecting one humiliation and embarrassment, which is the military. But now, everybody, every power, they took it upon themselves from the top to bottom, according to Buhari, from him to councillor. So long that office is concerned, they are ready to do and undo. You will see man o' war that is following a governor will beat somebody in the name of I'm working with government. Scat will beat. Security personnel of any kind will beat. Even Kai, last man. And we are saying we are in democracy. Democracy where you cannot talk for yourself, you cannot talk for your people. Democracy where there is no rights. How on earth will they be demolishing somebody's house? Even in the military regime, it was not done. Okay, as if that isn't enough, what is the need of beating that young man when we are not in military regime? We are in democracy. As it stands today now, there is unknown gunmen in Anambra State. The government of Soludo has not been able to do anything, but in just few months notice, they've carried out their action. They implement it. They came in with all manners of thugs, weapons, ammunitions, just against one particular man. Then you started manhandling him, beating him, embarrassing him, because nobody will talk. Is president not supposed to address that issue? Is he not the father of this humiliation? But this will put a full stop to any embarrassment that has ever been caused by these dubious governors and government. This will mark the end. The other day, the governor of Edo State carried out similar action against Tony Kabaka. Victimizing his people. Now, Soludo that has not even been able to stabilize his states. You forget that this church makes so many states that never knew where Anambra is situated. Travel to your state, generate revenue, income for the people. What a hopeless governor. So many people has visited Onitsha just because of Udumeje church. If at all you want him to live there for reason best known to you or for the betterment of the people, it's not this way. You must respect him. You must even assist him to move to a permanent site, so that these same people who are visiting Anambra will continue coming. Anambra will become the small heaven on earth. That is not even my concern. My concern is, why should they beat up this man while we are in democracy? Why? Please, my people, this is not about religion, this is not about belief, this is not about ethnicity or whatever. Please, let us tag justice for Odumeje with hashtag justice for Odumeje. If you cannot assist him because of the building, you can also assist him or support him to cry for justice because of the humiliation, victimization. I am begging you, this one can happen to anybody. It can happen to me at any fucking time, and it can happen to you. So long we are still in this God-forsaken country called Nigeria, it can happen to anybody. Do not laugh at him. Although I can't stop people from laughing at him, they will surely laugh. Mostly his whatever I may call them, counterpart or however you pronounce it, I don't know. But that will not be the end of his life. All we are after is that beating, that humiliation. Is unfair. Meanwhile, this Soludo has not done anything. Nothing. And I'm not seeing him in the nearest time that he's going to do anything reasonable in that state. Listen, whether you like it or not, call anybody fake prophet or false or whatever you call it prophet. Prophet is prophet. For raising your hand on that man, it will affect the head to the tail. Who is the head? The Soludo and his government and those useless entity. You will all perish. The thunder of God will visit you. The fire of God will visit you. If we don't have democracy, we have God. If we don't have democracy, we have God. If you think your men, your gun, your power can do it all, God will take your power from you. God will take your honor for you. This country is getting worse day by day, that if you talk, you die. If you don't talk, you die. So, what is the purpose of locking our military in the barrack? What is the purpose of caging them? What is the purpose of restricting them? Why can't we have them again if we are already practicing military regime in Agbada? This is military regime in Agbada, and military is far better than democracy we are witnessing today. Yes, I can remember vividly when you increase fuel or you have fuel you don't want to sell, military will go there and auction your fuel. They will be the one to do the fuel attendant. When you add a cobble to your cement, military people will go there, they will auction your cement. I witnessed it even in the 80s. Now somebody can just wake up and say my cement is 5,000, if you can't buy, leave it. Pure water is 150, if you can't buy, you leave it. And we're in democracy. When there is military, you will know the people you are expected to victimize you or to humiliate you. You know your enemy, you know where to meet them. When you are getting close to them, you arrange yourself, you coordinate yourself. But now everybody, they are on civilian dress. We don't even know who is our enemy. Justice for Odumeje. Justice for Udumeje. If you are crying for justice for Udumeje, you are crying for justice for yourself, for your immediate family, because after Udumeje, who is the next? Who will be the next? Did I ever tell you that I am safe and free in Nigeria? Did I ever tell you that I'm not expecting these people someday, sometime? But do we know when? How? Cry for justice, and you are preparing justice for yourself. But for you that raise your hand upon the prophet, the ground will swallow you. And for you that use your government to bring down the prophet, your government will not amount to anything. And for you who put Nigeria in this condition, in this suffering, 7 years old suffering, we can't even smile anymore. Normally we used to be suffering and smiling. Ground will swallow you. Bunch of fools, bunch of animals that have been ruling us. You are not giving birth to Soludo, giving birth to all kind of animals that call themselves governors in Nigeria, because the head is weak. When you have headache, what can you do? Buhari is the head of this coward. Buhari is the head of these idiots. He cannot caution them. He cannot talk to them. Now, look at what governors are doing. That is because the president do nothing or do have done worst. But anybody, any child, for night, when everybody chop finish, then chop remain, the child say no. After the child finish, he carry him brother, he carry Jonah, carry sister, carry Jonah. They no say make e no chop. But middle of the night, when winch don dey make kuku, and pussycat dey make meow, and shit come dey worry the pikin, and e need to go outside. You know, village when toilet dey outside, e need to go outside go shit. Na who go follow am go that time? Na it go be the issue. That is why when your brothers and sisters dey eat remain, dey think of say if shit dey worry dem middle of the night, who go follow dem go? But you, when dem send, when you raise your hand upon the prophet, if I am that prophet, if I use Bible e no work, I go enter leave. So na you, when dem send, when you no remember say in the middle of the night say shit go worry you, go follow you, you can't raise your hand, you go receive woto. The woto you wotolize prophet, whether prophet of God, prophet of anything, or native doctor, who go follow you go that toilet middle of the night? I just pray that the woto you will not pass it to your generation. You that beat alone shall receive it alone. My brothers and sisters, no matter your religion, be you Muslim, Christian, pagan, let there be justice for Udumeje. I call Udumeje entertainer. Yes. If they cannot consider him to be a prophet, why can't they consider him to be a comedian, an entertainer that has been generating revenue, making people to smile in whichever way? I pray for Nigeria, I weep for Nigeria, and I pray that by the special grace of God, God should give us a government that will make us to know and feel what democracy is all about. I weep for Nigeria. I weep for Nigeria. Why did they say military must go? Is it not because of this? That they beat you, you have nobody to cry to? After all, if not for the beating and humiliation, who says military is not good? But since 1999, there has been beating, humiliation, in short, illegal dismissal, call it corruption, bribing, human trafficking, drug trafficking, everything trafficking. So what makes the difference? Even all this news of stealing money, stealing money, stealing money, in the time of military, we are not hearing still say one person steal billion or steal trillion. It was still questionable. Justice for Odumeje. Soludo, if you want to have peace in your office, justice must be served for you and for your boys. And if you did not go after the problem of your state, and you now see Odumeje and his church as your problem, as the first thing you will do in your office, the end shall tell. The end shall tell. Let me rest my case here. For those of you who don't know what happened to Odumeje, you know, few months ago, they marked his church for demolition, which I thought they have resolved it. Few hours ago, according to where I watch it and how I watch it, they sent men of the Soludo's government to demolish his church. And what I saw there was the policemen and security personnel were beating him, rough handling him, giving him serious slaps. Whether they want to force him into another van for an arrest or they want to take him to a no destination, I really don't know. But meanwhile, there are some videos and pictures shows that the church, has been brought down. Not just bringing down the church, they also beat up the prophet Odumeje Idaboski, an entertainer, that is what I call him. And I can't close my mouth for whatever reason. I don't know him, I've not met him before, but for beating him, whether he's a prophet or not, and that is what we fight against. That is what we fight against as human rights defenders. Have a wonderful night.